Okay, I just wanted to get on here and share a little bit of life experience for you. Now, most of my life, I've been a really solid sleeper. Childhood, teenage years, 20s, 30s, great sleeper. Hit my 40s, mid 40s to be specific, and it tanked. I, I'd be lucky if I could get 2 hours a night. And this became a real struggle for me because at that time I was doing a job that I kept telling myself I loved. I absolutely loved this job. I told myself this over and over, day after day after day. And the reality is, I hated the job. I hated everything about the job. I couldn't stand any of the work I was doing. The people I was working with were, okay, they were good people, but even the jobs they were doing, I couldn't stand anything about it. And I was in an industry I just couldn't get behind. But I stayed in this job for like 10 years up until the pandemic hit, and then they started doing pandemic reductions, and I got to be one of them. I'm going to tell you that was one of the greatest days of my life. I had some of the best sleep of my life that night for the first time in like 10 years. It was amazing to me. But up until that point, I was taking drugs. I was doing everything else I could do. Everything was doctor prescribed, mind you. But it was terrible because the stuff I was taking were causing hallucinations. They were causing thoughts that were not like me. I found myself in the closet one day with something to my head, and I just kind of realized, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And it just wasn't the right thing to do. And I started finally realizing that I'm not getting the right kind of sleep. It is just that simple. I'm not sleeping well. Therefore, I hate everything about my life. I can't stand anything that I'm doing. So I had to get off all the sleep medications, even melatonin. I had to get off of that, I had to get off everything. But then what do you do? How do you get any kind of sleep? How do you get any rest? How do you relax? I had to learn how to meditate. And at that time, I could not just sit down somewhere, whether it's the sunshine, whether it's the moonlight, no matter where it is, I could not sit and be still. My mind was just ping ponging off the wall like crazy. I couldn't do it. Then I discovered sleep mask and headphones that you could sleep with. And I kept thinking, even as a child, I kept thinking, if I could just listen to something while I'm sleeping, I would do so much better. Even in schoolwork, I would do so much better because I'd be absorbing the information through my subconscious. But I didn't know how to go about doing it. Then people started inventing sleep headphones. Holy crap, why didn't I think of that? But I didn't. So here we are. Then the last thing I discovered was this, the Manta sleep mask. It completely changed everything for me. Absolutely everything. Because now I can listen to meditation music. I can listen to sleep stories. I can listen to all that, not disturb my husband. He can still watch TV to his heart's content. I can block him out with this. It's amazing. Best thing about it too is you can take it apart so you can wash it. That was the disadvantage with sleep headphones. The electronics were sewn in. You can't wash that, which is not good for the face. Not good at all. This, I can take it apart. I can wash it. If you don't have one, get one. I'll put the link below. But I'm telling you, it changed the game for me. Once I started sleeping again, I started finding my happiness again. And I got to do it without drugs, without sleep aids, without everything. It is definitely a way to go. I mean, if you're stuck in a situation where you have to take sleep aids, keep in mind they do come with side effects. And not just hallucinations and stuff like that, because my mother took sleep aids most of her life because her sleep was terrible. Never told me this. I now know it because I'm the one who had to clean out her medicine cabinet, and I found everything when I had her placed in a nursing home. She has late stage Alzheimer's, so she needs 24/7 care. So it was a good thing. It was a very good thing. She's done way better. But the sleep aids, after a lot of research, do have a link to brain disorders. But everybody's different. Not everybody's going to have this reaction. She did. Okay? You can call it whatever you want. You can call it silent generation, baby boomer. It's a side effect of their lives. You can just say it's brain chemistry. She was born with it. Well, let me tell you something. No one in my bloodline, in my maternal bloodline, no one had Alzheimer's or dementia. So it's not genetic in our case. It is strictly environmentally caused. And lack of sleep is a big one. It is a big trigger. So get your sleep, do what you need to do, get some rest, take care of yourself.